Liberty does a great job of playing defense without fouling.
We are underway from Reno. Round 2 of the NIT is underway. Vaughn Weems going right to work. He gets blocked by Brett Decker.
Yeah, you can see that Nevada's strategy is to get the ball to the middle of the floor, try to draw fouls, use their size to their advantage against Liberty.
Cutting to the rim and getting the dunk is J.J. Harper.
And you see what we talked about, the off-ball movement. It's not what's happening with the player that has the ball in their hands, but what's happening on the other side of the floor. And Liberty does a fantastic job of finding the open man.
Liberty defeated George Mason on the road in their NIT opener. They were without Caden Matheny in that one, who is out with a calf injury. However, tonight, he is available for his team.
Caden Matheny, another floor spreader for the Liberty Flames.
Harper gets inside. Smith pump faking and scoring.
Even though Liberty is known to be one of the top three-point shooting teams in the nation, that gives them the freedom, because everybody knows that, to have those options at the basket.
Catch and shoot three by Caleb Lowry is off the mark. Liberty back at it. Zach Cleveland with the feed for Decker. Decker, a deadly three-point shooter, misses on his first try from downtown. Liberty can shoot with the best of them, and Decker is one of the big reasons why.
Yeah, he is shooting 47% from the three-point line. Extremely deadly from that perimeter.
Camper, who had 17 against Murray State, cannot get that one to fall. A rebound for Colin Porter.
And those are one of the high percentage shots, even though it's mid-range. But for Camper Jr., that is a high percentage shot for him.
Slow start offensively for the Wolfpack, missing on 4 straight to begin the game. Zach Cleveland looking, setting up a screen for Decker. Now Harper cuts inside. Harper to the 10, puts it in.
Harper has been everywhere so far, whether it's moving off ball, now showing his ability to get downhill with a straight line drive.
How about this start for the Flames? Up 6-0 early on.
And Nevada has struggled to stop them in the half court.
Another miss, but a loose ball foul coming up. Elijah Price tried to get to the miss, and he had his progress impeded.
Yeah, you're just seeing a lot of downhill activity for Liberty because they're so deadly from the three. Teams usually try to guard that three-point line, which opens up their drive.
When we talked to Richie McKay about this matchup, you mentioned the word downhill. He used that to describe Nevada's offense. His team has been the aggressor on the other end, though.
Yeah, they are doing exactly what Nevada wants to do. They want to get to the middle of the floor, but really have been limited.
A miss by Tayshawn Comer. An offensive rebound and a putback for Elijah Price. He's their leading rebounder. He gets the Wolfpack on the board.
They had 13 rebounds against Murray State. Really trying to find a way to get Nevada going by impacting the interior.
Zach Cleveland, keep an eye on him. He is not only one of the team's top scorers, he leads the team in assists. His floater is no good. Smith there with the offensive rebound and the layup.
Josh Smith picking up where he left off, really controlling that paint area. Because their offense is so fluent, everybody's moving, he's going to get rebounding angles against Nevada.
Comer gets it back from Price. And that ball is kicked by Porter, and here comes Caden Matheny when we come back. So far, so good. In second round action, Dayton, UNC, Wilmington happening this evening, along with this game. Meanwhile, the rest of the second round games taking place tomorrow. Shot clock down to 5 for Comer. Comer will crank, can't hit, and the rebound grab by Camper. Amir Robinson finds Comer. He'll try it again. This time he hits.
All that manifested through an offensive rebound. Right now, Liberty's initial half-court pack line is very difficult to score on, very difficult to get to the middle of the floor. But once you get that offensive rebound, the lanes open up and you're able to get better, higher percentage shots.
Decker along the baseline. Resets to Zach Cleveland. Cleveland trying to get a step on Lowry. Going up, missed the shot, tipped around, got it back. Resets to Matheny.
That's one thing Coach Alford does not want, his offensive rebounds on Liberty's side, because what that does is that gives them more opportunities to catch fire from three.
Porter misses the fadeaway. The Wolfpack back to work on offense, down by 4. Good cut to the rim by Corey Camper.
That's a great find. Camper, knowing that he has the size advantage over Porter, was able to just rise up on him once he caught the ball in the middle of the floor.
Liberty led 6-0. The lead for the Flames down to 2. Cleveland. Now Smith with the feed for Matheny, who's back into the mix for Liberty off of the calf injury. 2 to shoot for Cleveland. Lets it go. Can't get it. Smith is there. Smith contested. He is fouled.
I'll say this, Josh Smith has been a workhorse down there, getting offensive rebound after offensive rebound. Look at this pass here to Camper Jr. Beautiful find there.
Smith no good on the first. Talking to Steve Alford before the game, he was very concerned about the Liberty offense, in particular Zach Cleveland, who he compared to Draymond Green because of his passing ability as a big.
Yeah, a lot of the offense runs through Zach Cleveland. Because of his size, he can play the guard position, but can also play inside out, and he does a fantastic job of finding the open man 9 times out of 10. He's selfless out there. So a lot of the times we've heard Coach McKay say, I want you to shoot it more because you're capable of doing that.
Xander Carter and Xander Yates into the game for the Flames. After Smith gets 1 out of 2. Robinson stumbling a little bit. Now Camper takes a turn, hangs in the air, can't score. The rebound controlled by Xander Yates.
Yeah, Xander is a rare name, wouldn't you think?
To have 2 on the same team.
I felt like that was by design.
Oh, what a dish and a finish by Zach Cleveland.
Yeah, even though he's a guy that is a high usage guy that has the ball in his hands a lot, he also does a fantastic job of moving without the ball.
So Caden Matheny not showing any rust in terms of sharing the basketball there to set up Cleveland. Here's Comer. He knocks it down. Sean Comer drills a three-pointer. The lead is at 2 for Liberty.
But that's what Nevada's going to have to prove to Liberty, that they can shoot the 3 right now. That pack line that Liberty is running is sunken, so they got to spread them out to get those driving lanes they're looking for.
Yates misses. The Wolfpack try to push. But that pack line defense able to set up shop, and a foul down low as Joel Armo Trading trying to go to work.
Matheny is a magician down there, finding a Zach Cleveland cutting. A beautiful pass.
Matheny, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in college basketball. 3rd among active players. And how about who's number 2? Chase Johnston, who's had quite the week.
Yeah, Chase Johnson is one big shining moment out there.
And a dunk down low for Elijah Price.
And one of those times where we saw Liberty fall asleep on the defensive end. Elijah Price on the weak side, making them pay.
Harper. Now Cleveland. Good pass to Harper. Harper in trouble. Trying to shed Armo, trading the three. No good. The rebound taken. As the Wolfpack look to get a lead. Weems to the rim, puts it in for the lead.
It's hard to deal with Weems when he's got a full head of steam like that. The difference is we're starting to see Nevada get some runs and find ways to get the ball in the basket quickly rather than go against Liberty's half.
The 7-0 run activates this crowd as Cleveland is fouled on the way to the rim. And that will take us to a timeout as Cleveland will put up 2 free throws when we come back. Leading by 2 thanks to a 7-0 run that has been broken by the free throw by Zach Cleveland. Cleveland is not a great free throw shooter, 52% on the year. And right on cue, only gets 1 out of 2. Derek Jones and John Williams with you. It's round 2 of the NIT. The winner gets Auburn or Seattle in the quarterfinals next week. Price with 5, leaning in, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, you can see the point of emphasis for Nevada to try to get to that basket, try to draw fouls. That's what they do best.
Joel Armo trading. We were talking earlier about this game. Feel like he, along with Price, could be a big difference in this game just because of their physical presence, and this Liberty team is not big.
Yeah, and they usually substitute for each other. At this point, you're seeing them both. We'll see if we can get something for them, maybe from our screen. See Armo trading, trying to seal there. This looks like a lot of physicality to me there.
Nothing that was evident right there. Well, it'll just be the original call on the play, which was a foul against Liberty, as Price missing the first free throw. Corey Camper back into the contest for Nevada. Price gets 1 out of 2. Peyton White makes his way in. He'll spell Price, who will get a breather. John, what has turned the tide here in this game that has allowed Nevada to make this run?
Nevada, just what you said there, Nevada has been able to run. When Liberty was running their offense fluently, they were getting easy baskets. They could get back on defense and get stops. That's what made them different. But then you started to see Nevada get a few stops, start to get some open floor opportunities. Even if they didn't get a layup from it, they were able to get into their offense quickly while Liberty was in recovery mode.
The Conference USA Player of the Year, Zach Cleveland, tying the game up at 14.
It's extremely explosive.
Weems held up, but he scores anyway off the window.
That's a tough shot. I didn't think that was going to go in, but he's a guy that is always trying to push the issue, make it tough on his defenders, and draw contact.
Matheny. Ryan Jones, by the way, into the game, sets a screen, and a Matheny 3 draws air. And now the battle down low between Ryan Jones and Joel Armo trading leads to a foul.
Weems making a tough finish there against outstretched arms and makes it happen. We know what he is capable of doing. He is looking for contact. He is what you call an adverse driver. He wants the smoke down there.
An adverse driver. I've not heard of that one before.
You've never heard of that?
No.
You should look at my highlights.
Yes, sir.
Google me, Derek.
Noted. Another foul here picked up by Liberty. And again, it goes back to what we talked about in the beginning. Fouls drawn versus a team that does not foul a lot in Liberty. And the last few minutes, that whistle has been going against the Flames.
Yeah, and that is by design. Coach Alford, his offense is built to get to the middle of the floor, to make those post entries, to open up the lanes and get those straight line drives, play off of 2 feet, use your pivots, your angles to get yourself the positioning to draw a foul or score.
Camper. Now to Tyler Rollison. Into Armo trading. Under 10 to shoot for the Wolfpack. Down to 4. And another foul coming up. This will be against Ryan Jones. And that is number 3 on Ryan Jones.
And that's unfortunate for Jones. And we talked about before, the scout reporter's out on Armo trading. He is a guy that hunts for that physicality down there. And Jones understands that and wanted to make sure he matched that intensity. But in the fall of that, he got a foul.
Ball deflected and stolen. Cleveland trying to break down White. Fumble the ball, able to maintain it. Jones is still out on the floor with the 3 fouls. Porter finds a seam. Open is Harper. Misses the 3.
That's as good of a shot as you'll get if you're Liberty. Porter did a fantastic job of drawing that help side defender where they could not get back and recover for an open 3. That's what you want if you're Liberty.
White got Cleveland in the air, sets up a 3. That's good. Tyler Rollison hits the 3. The lead is at 5.
Tyler Rollison is a smooth criminal, never gets sped up, plays with fantastic pace.
To the rim, and Decker is fouled.
Look at Rollison there. He's playing a nice little 2-man. Steps into the shot with confidence. Light, brisk jog back.
Rollison playing in his 98th game with Nevada. As Decker is able to sink the first free throw. Decker, an 83% shooter from the free throw line. Jones heads out. TJ Drain is in. And you wonder how much of this is clearly matchup based. We're seeing a lot of bigs tonight from Liberty.
Yeah, and they're going to have to do that. They understand what Nevada's strategy is, which is the pound the paint. And so far, they're going to have to find ways, players, personnel to go out there and offset that.
The Wolfpack have hit on 5 straight from the field. They lead it by 3. White cut off at the baseline. Rollison hangs in the air and scores.
So smooth. So smooth out there, man. I mean, he does a great job of just playing at his pace. It felt like he was moving like a turtle downhill, but he understands when to give the quick burst and when to slow it down.
Decker in trouble on the other end, able to save it to Xander Carter. Carter inside with the feed. That shot's an air ball from Drain. Camper to the post. White spins off of Porter, puts it in.
You can see a lot of Nevada's offense is trying to expose the smaller players on Liberty. Right now, Porter is the smallest guy on the floor, and they are trying to get matchups that get those isolations.
Porter misses the 3, tipped by White, taken by Camper. Armo trading, sizing up Drain. Armo trading, turning. throws it up and in off the glass, and Richie McKay wants a timeout.
You got to be a strong guy to be able to hold your pivot with that kind of physicality, step through the double team, and finish with the left defense. And right now, they're doing a good job of that. They're helping off of the players that are not prone to shooting the deep ball, forcing them to have to make the tough decisions. And then they've done a better job in this second part of the first half in helping when they need to help and being able to guard the cutters.
Liberty shoots 39% from three. They average 10 made threes per game as Harper gets to the rim and scores. No three-pointers yet in this game for the Flames, but they get a 2 there.
Yeah, part of that is Nevada really trying to make it a point of emphasis to guard the three-point line, take away the things that Liberty is accustomed to getting, make them have to play to their second option, their contingency, which is those back cuts.
Harper has 6 for the Flames. Armo trading, blasts through Josh Smith, and that will be an offensive foul against Joel Armo trading.
Yeah, Coach Alford is talking to Armo trading, telling him instead of taking that hard pound, he's already playing off of you. No need to make that initial contact. Just go up over him, because all he's going to do is just play vertical. Use your hook shot.
Well, when you see somebody wearing the number 21 and his name is Joel, easy to make the connection to Joel Embiid.
Right.
Armo trading, getting physical like Embiid would at times down low.
Yes, at times. At times.
Yes.
And he doesn't fall as much as Embiid, though.
He sure does not. My dad would agree with you. Cleveland cut off. Gets it back from Porter. Cleveland off the glass and in, and one for Zach Cleveland.
Zach Cleveland is a freight train down there. When he plays in the short roll, he is looking to get ahead of steam. And then because of his strength, he uses his body properly. He's able to contort it in the air and finish strong at the basket, now getting himself an and-one opportunity.
Cleveland has really expanded his game throughout his time at Liberty, as he just gets the three-point play. As that free throw falling in, it's a 4-point game. Cleveland leads Conference USA in assists. He had 219 assists this year.
Yeah, he is a special player. And the thing is that just like we talked about Camper Jr., McKay talked about Cleveland as one of those guys who he would like to be a little bit more selfish when it comes to trying to score the ball.
The miss from Chuck Bailey, the rebound to Cleveland and the Flames. Porter. Harper left all alone. Can't get the three.
Yeah, that's too much time there for Harper. It didn't feel like a rhythm shot. When he catches, steps into it with confidence, that's when he's at his best.
Lowry gets the easy dunk. And Cleveland is shaken up.
Yeah, a little contact down there. Cleveland a little shaken up there. I'll start it with this post up, this seal action there. Oh, he got chopped in the throat. So Denzel Washington.
And I believe they're going to take a look at this as well. Unlike the previous review, this one a little bit more definitive.
Yeah, you can just see them both battling for real estate there. Doesn't seem like anything of malintent. Lowry just trying to establish that positioning there.
So the officials will count the basket for Lowry, so no foul is called there. Peyton White back into the game for the Wolfpack. Liberty, of course, one of the big challenges if you're coming from the Eastern time zone, how do you get out here? They arrived late Thursday to get acclimated. And this game started well for them. They were up 6-0, but it's been a struggle since, as Cleveland is able to draw the foul. working down low against Peyton White.
And I'll say this, Cleveland had intent there, trying to get to the basket. Still a little mad at that throat chop and wanted some vengeance. But speaking of the getting acclimated, I mean, that's a big deal, especially when you're coming into higher elevated places and then having to play a full basketball game. It's important to do that.
Decker's fadeaway J trickles in. Brett Decker, who is normally known for his prowess from behind the arc, drops in 2. That's a 4-point advantage for Nevada.
Well, there's a reason why he's able to get those types of shots. People are so worried about his three-point ability. He's going to do everything he can to get downhill, and he's able to score there.
Camper takes it hard to the rim.
Yeah, Camper was a little bit upset about the inadvertent contact from Porter there. Took it upon himself to get to the basket.
Decker driving, lays it up and in, and one for Brett Decker Jr.
Decker's such a smart, crafty player. Knows that everybody is playing him at the three-point line. He sees lanes because of that, and he takes advantage right there.
Decker,
tough finish.
Decker, the leading scorer for this Liberty team, averaging just under 17 points per game. And now with an opportunity to make this a three-point game. And he does. So Liberty's offense starting to heat up, good on 4 of their last 5, but the pack line defense has been thwarted here by the Wolfpack, who have hit on 10 of their last 11 from the field.
I agree with you there, and they've made it a point of emphasis to really try to get paint touches and post entries. But right now we are seeing 3-1 trying to keep Nevada out of the middle of the floor.
Blocking foul is called against Caden Matheny. And that will send Rollison and the Wolfpack to the free throw line when we come back. The tumble by Matheny, 2 free throws on the way for the Wolfpack, who are out in front. Follows, as you can tell, Liberty basketball around the country.
I'm going to tell you something. He is in a den of wolves. I mean, I do mean that. I mean, he has been a true fan, and this Nevada fan base has been letting him hear it, and it rolls right off of him. He has been in hostile environments before.
Not a lot of red in his section where he is.
Den of wolves.
5-point lead right now for the Wolfpack. The lob for Decker. He puts it in.
And Liberty has definitely shifted their offense into going through Decker to get them some offensive efficiency going. He's been great.
Armo trading, double teamed, he turned it over. And that pass intended for Cleveland deflected. It will stay with Liberty with just under 3.5 minutes left to go before halftime.
And you see there, they're using this nice curl action for Decker. Normally he flares that out for a 3. And everybody's worried about that on Nevada's squad. And so he's just curling it, getting all the way to the basket. We talk about Liberty's ability to have off-ball movement. There is no weak side there to help.
Cleveland gets it back from Harper. That ball knocked off the leg of Cleveland. A turnover. You can tell Nevada wants to run, but Liberty able to get back down the floor quickly on defense. Comer steps into a 3. No good. Liberty still looking for their first 3-point field goal in this game. Cleveland at the controls on offense. Finds Decker. Can't hit the 3. And the rebound collected by Corey Camper, who is approaching double-figure rebounding totals in the first half.
he's not just a scorer. He's a guy that impacts the game. Doesn't mind being physical down there. Does a good job of getting positioning, getting defensive and offensive rebounds.
Approaching 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Camper against Porter. Fade away. No good. Armo trading. Offensive board. Lowry thought about shooting. Passed it up. Down to 5. Rollison knocks it down.
So steady out there.
Rollison adds in 2 more. The advantage up to 5 for the Wolfpack. Matheny tries a 3. That's an air ball. Coming back from the calf injury, his shooting has not been on point so far for someone who shoots 40% from 3 and is averaging 13 points per game.
Yeah, that's 2 times. Matheny has got the looks that he is normally accustomed to and missed it horribly. But part of that is, too, just getting used to the speed again. I mean, he's missed, a game and a half where he is a high-usage guy that's always out there on the floor.
He is one of the many players on this Liberty team playing what could be their final game in a Liberty uniform. And he did not want to spend that on the sideline. Armo trading. Splits 2 defenders and lays it in.
J.J. Harper, who's a very good defender in his own right, doing everything he can to try to alter Armo Trading's abilities, but at the same time, it's just a size advantage there.
Carter lost the ball, but it was touched last by Nevada.
Yeah, Armo Trading getting the matchup he's looking for there with a smaller Harper. Harper tries to pull the chair from under him, and Armo Trading keeps his balance.
Remember, they had Ryan Jones on Joel Armo Trading. Jones out of the game right now with 3 fouls. 47 seconds left to go in the first half. Liberty down 7. Decker loads up for 3. Got it. The first 3 of the game for Liberty.
Yeah, that's one of the few times you could see that the defender went under the screen because Decker has made them pay with the curl. That time he flared, got his feet set, high percentage shot.
The Wolfpack will use.
And we know that Liberty's offense is structured around those guys. That big 3.
26 seconds left to go in the first half. Second round of the NIT. The winner gets Auburn or Seattle in the quarterfinal round. Shot clock to 10. Rollison, and that ball is kicked by J.J. Harper. Harper, one of the best defenders in the nation. And he has been one of the reasons why this Liberty team was so successful during the regular season. Won the Conference USA regular season title. Was upset by Missouri State in the quarterfinal round of the Conference USA tournament. Down to 5 to shoot. Rollison attacking. Lost the ball. 2 seconds left. And that will do it for the first half. So a defensive stand by the Flames to end the first half, but the Wolfpack lead it by 4. An exciting first.
That Nevada is going to continue to try to get those defensive stops, try to run Liberty, use their depth to their advantage, because at their last game against George Mason, they only played 7 players out there. So depth could be an issue later down in this second half.
They've gone a little deeper into the bench in this game. Cleveland into Josh Smith. Smith launches with the right hand, too strong. And another loose ball into the hands of Corey Camper. Tyler Rollison led Nevada in scoring in the first half with 9. He'll start this half on the bench. The lob for Camper puts it in.
Talk about that off-ball movement, that off-ball action there, and you see Camper being the benefactor of that.
Camper, who has 10 rebounds now in this game, up to 6 points. Porter finds room for three, can't collect. Rebound number 11 for Camper. Comer finds Camper. Maybe Camper was influenced by Terrace Reed of UConn, who put up 27 rebounds last night. Lowry drops in three to extend the lead out to 9.
Yeah, that's what makes Lowry so special. Even though he is a guy that can bang down there, he can also spread the floor from three, drawing those bigger defenders out there, those traditional posts, making them have to spread the floor, making driving lanes easier for Nevada.
This ties the largest lead of the game for the Wolfpack. The miss by Cleveland, couldn't get it to drop. Comer attacking in the lane. No good for the follow by Elijah Price.
I love it. We talked about that size of Nevada, using that to their advantage, making sure that they got second chance opportunities, and Elijah Price did just that.
Cleveland with his team reeling right now. Smith finds Decker, tries a three, missed it, but he was fouled, and it'll be 3 free throws for Brett Decker.
Yeah, Comer doing a great job of drawing multiple defenders. Nobody boxes out Elijah Price, and he flexes on him.
What does that feel like, to catch somebody on a follow?
You know, it's a surreal feeling because they didn't know it was coming. But for me, I don't like shooting somebody in the back. I want to make sure it's eye contact. I'm going to snatch your soul out your shirt and take you for a ride. You know what I mean?
That's a sadistic point of view, but
thank you.
I understand.
Thank you.
Decker good on the first two. He'll look for one more. Liberty scoring their first points in this half and giving up the first 7 points of the second half, and Decker collects all 3 from the free throw line. Liberty last led in this game when it was 11-9, with just under 13 minutes left to go. It has really been all Wolfpack since that time. Price down low, stripped, quick hands by the Liberty defense. Ahead to Smith. Smith runs the lane and lays it in.
Yeah, that's a great defensive move for Liberty, going into their 1-2-2 matchup zone, trying to slow this Nevada team down, make it tough for them to get those post entries, make it tough for them to get those drives. When you drive, you're seeing 2 jerseys.
Price, offensive foul. Drawn by Josh Smith. Easy call there.
And that's Price's third. Great defense there. Harper with the swipe down. Price let him know, I think my arm got hit, but Josh Smith doing a great job of running the floor.
We know this Liberty team has a lot of pride. Talking to Richie McKay before this game, he said anytime you're a top seed in a conference tournament and you lose your conference tournament, and now we'll go the other way, and this will be a foul against Josh Smith. He said that it's easy to have that hangover effect, but his team got over it, collected themselves before the George Mason game, and showed up ready to play in round 1.
Yeah, he talked about seeing them in practice, seeing how their body language was. They came in ready to compete. You could see it in that George Mason game. And he knew what he was doing, too. He knew that Josh Smith would not foul him. He said, you're not going to contest this. I don't think you're going to do it.
I knew you would like that one.
I did.
Decker underneath the rim, stuffed by Lowry. Camper loads up. No good. Lowry gets the rebound. Second chance at a possession here for Nevada. And that's going to be a foul against the Flames. It'll be charged to Colin Porter, working against Corey Camper.
You see there, talking about snatching somebody's soul out their shirt and taking them for a ride. Elijah Price. Big time boom. Yeah, he's been a man on a mission out there. 9 points, 7 rebounds, doing a little bit of everything, catching some posters at that, and really just taking the game into his own hands by imposing his will and his physicality.
9 points, 7 rebounds for Price. He had 9 points and 13 rebounds against Murray State on Wednesday. Into Weems, an easy layup for Vaughn Weems. So right out of the stop, Nevada able to build their lead to 10. Cleveland looking for something.
That's those situations where Coach McKay talked about, you got to shoot that. He said, I'll give you one a game.
Cleveland inside. The layup is stuffed by Armo Trading. Lowry steps into a three. That's no good. And the loose ball foul. This will be against the Wolfpack.
This is the difference that we're seeing from the first half to the second half. It's the recovery defense from Nevada. Armo Trading cleaning up the glass there. See here, great baseline out of bounds play for Weems.
The advantage at 10 for the Wolfpack. Cleveland tried to dump it inside. That almost got intercepted. Cleveland can't score, but he's fouled. 2 free throws coming for the Conference USA Player of the Year.
That's the thing about Zach Cleveland that makes him so tough out there. When he goes to the basket, he's not straight up. He is going shoulder first, hunting for the contact, and it forces the defender, even if they're vertical, to have to make some contact.
Cleveland good on the first free throw. He's a point away from double figures. Porter out. They're still trying to get Porter going offensively. He has not scored in this game.
He really has struggled against the bigger guard play of Nevada. They've done a good job of trying to isolate him in the post, but then also making sure that he doesn't get daylight on the offensive end.
And of course, anytime Liberty goes against a team, that's one of the challenges they face. They have a smaller backcourt. Camper, his three rattles out. Cleveland with a loose change. Carter cut off at the block. Out to Harper, wide open. Hits the three.
You give Harper that kind of time, and he's not known for his three-point shooting ability, but definitely capable of knocking it down.
He's got 9. The deficit at 5. Armo Trading is fouled by Cleveland, who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah, Liberty has had some success the last few possessions with their zone, either switching up from that 1-3-1 to that 1-2-2.
And how about this effort by Corey Camper on the glass?
Yeah, that's something else right there. I mean, he is almost out-rebounding the entire Liberty Flames team.
He was at one point heading into the last timeout. And in this last sequence has given Liberty the advantage. That's a career high in rebounds, by the way, for Corey Camper with the 11 boards. Meanwhile, a foul here against J.J. Harper. Ryan Jones Jr. will head back in. He picked up 3 fouls in a hurry in the first half. he'll get Zach Cleveland.
Yeah, well, while Armo Trading is in the game, they have to have somebody offset him and not get Harper into foul trouble, who has been tasked with guarding him.
Armo Trading down low. He went up, got hacked. And that will send Joel Armo Trading to the line as J.J. Harper got a piece of him.
Yeah, and they brought Ryan Jones in to get Harper off of him so that he didn't get another foul, and ended up getting it anyway, being in weak side.
That was going to be a dunk.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a spectacle, sir.
Armo Trading gets the first. It was interesting in the discussion with Steve Alford leading into tonight. I asked him about similarities between this Liberty team and other teams around the Mountain West, and he couldn't really figure one out because of just how Liberty handles their business with their offense. It's a very guard-dominant offense in a sense.
Right, right. And even in the Conference USA, like, there's not a team built like Liberty, which is why there's such a matchup discrepancy. They're one of the smallest teams in the conference. They play through their forwards like Zach Cleveland, and bigs don't know how to guard guys like that.
Weems wide open, misses the three. Matheny with the rebound. Carter finds Cleveland. Cleveland hook shot, right hand, count it.
That's what makes Zach Cleveland so special. He can take you off the dribble, but he can also get you in the post and finish over both of his shoulders.
Robinson inside to Weems. Weems banks it in. Vaughn Weems extends the lead to 7.
That's something that Nevada's going to have to show their capability of doing, which is getting the ball to the inside of that zone that Liberty has been playing.
Amir Robinson will get the whistle. And the boos raining down here in Reno.
There's a little bit of contact there. I mean, obviously, the referees say, I mean, there can be some contact. You touch the stove, but you don't want to touch it long enough to get burned.
Porter back into the game for Liberty. He's got it here. Cleveland trying to set something up for the offense. Lost the ball. Camper doesn't have the numbers. He got his pocket pick. Ahead for Cleveland. Cleveland loads up and dunks.
Yeah, Porter being active there, getting that deflection to stop Nevada from getting an open floor opportunity.
Cleveland with 14. 8 minutes plus gone by. Half 2. Weems blocked by Cleveland. Back outside. Camper driving, spinning, missed the shot, left it short.
Those are the ones you have to have when you are Nevada. Liberty is fighting for their lives to get back in this game.
Matheny banks in a 3.
He's still shooting it hard, but hey, that time it worked out in his favor. And you see how quickly the tides have turned to make this a 2-point game.
His 2 previous 3-point tries were air balls.
Hard air balls.
He has gotten it down to a 2-point game. Deflected, and will stay with the Wolfpack. The momentum swinging in favor. Liberty University, located in Lynchburg, Virginia, founded in 1971 with an enrollment of just over 16,000. This is just their second NIT appearance. They were in the NCAA tournament last season. They lost to Oregon in round 1. A program that has become no stranger to postseason play. The same for the Wolfpack. And the Wolfpack right now clinging to a 2-point lead. They led by as many as 11 in this contest.
Yeah, that zone has really stifled Nevada.
Matheny misses the three. It just falls off the rim.
I've never seen a miss so terrifying.
Rollison, who's been quiet after a strong first half where he had 9 points. Camper comes off the screen, misses the three. Porter board.
Camper has not been able to find it offensively, but he has done all the other little things.
Porter gives Liberty the lead for the first time since it was 11-9 back in the first half. And an offensive foul is called against Rollison, sending play the other way.
Yeah, and Caden Matheny, he's been a Division I guard for a long time and knows how to draw the charge, knows how to be in proper positioning, knows exactly when that bump's about to happen, and drew it beautifully.
John, you said it before the start of the second half. You felt like this Liberty team was not going to shoot that poorly from three the whole game, and that is held true. And one for J.J. Harper.
You were absolutely right. They're just too good of a team to let a bad half affect them. They've had those before, but they have so many contingencies. They're really good at not only shooting the three, but also off-ball movement that gets them easy baskets. Great seal there for Harper.
Decker in, Matheny will sit. Harper extending the edge for Liberty to 4 points. An 11-0 run for the Flames. This game has swung quickly, and now a foul. This will be on Brett Decker, getting caught up with Tyler Rollison. Harper out as Decker continues his conversation with Tyler Rollison. Price outside to Comer, right back to Price. Price throws it up with the right hand, no good. What a follow by Vaughn Weems.
Great attack from Vaughn Weems, understanding where the ball was going to come off at. You know, with that type of momentum that Price has, you got to crash the opposite side, which is wide open for him.
Decker. Now Cleveland sets up shop. 6 to shoot, turning, hook shot, right hand, spins in.
Telling you, man, Zach Cleveland, he could score more, but at the same time, he's so selfless. He gets his guys involved. He's always looking to get the open shot.
But they have recovered.
Yeah, it's because they've started to spread the floor from three. They've gotten a ton of opportunities offensively that they did not get in that first half, but part of that is because their defense. They've been able to throw different types of zone actions at Nevada, keeping them on their toes offensively, making it tough for them to get the ball to the middle of the floor, and they have been able to capitalize from those stops, getting more opportunities at the basket.
The shooting for Liberty in this second half has been extremely strong, 53%, including 3 of 5 from behind the arc. They lead by 4. They trailed by as many as 11 in this half. Comer almost got caught in between. Rollison dealing with the zone. The corner three is missed by Weems. The rebound to Josh Smith.
And right now you are seeing Nevada really struggle from three. Part of that is by design. Liberty's zone is keeping the ball out of the middle of the floor. Right there in that offense possession, the ball only moved from slot to slot, then to the corner. No post entry.
Nevada's 3 of 15 from 3 now. Porter, he'll try it from the corner, missed it. Armo trading with the loose ball. Comer picking up steam, runs into Carter, swatted by Smith out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolfpack.
Right now, that's what Comer had to do because they are struggling against Liberty's half court, trying to get there before they get set. Get a layup. It's the best option that he had.
Just one player in double figures in scoring for the Wolfpack. It's Vaughn Weems, who has 10. Comer to the foul line for Price. Grazes the rim with that jumper. Armo trading, had it and lost it. Porter somehow snuck in there and took it.
Yeah, you don't want to put the ball on the deck against Porter.
Give and go for Harper, who gets denied by Armo trading. Here comes Camper, and that is kicked. And that'll lead to a reset.
I'll tell you something, one-on-one situations like that with Armo trading, most guys are going to lose that battle. See there, Harper going up strong, but Armo trading having something to say about it with this block.
South Carolina once again showing you they are indeed still South Carolina as Corey Camper scores easily out of the timeout.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Nevada's baseline out of bound plays. Liberty has struggled to have an answer for him.
Before that bucket by Camper, just 2 points for Nevada over the last 4.5 minutes. Ball deflected, Porter able to retrieve it. 10 to shoot. Cleveland with 5. Cleveland goes into his move, hook shot, right hand, score it again for Zach Cleveland.
So tough to stop. I mean, it's almost like a sky hook out there.
Camper misses a wide open 3, tipped and touched last by the Wolfpack. Corey Camper, despite that miss, having a very strong all-around game. He is flirting with a triple-double. Johnny High, the last Wolfpack player to come up with a triple-double in a game. That was in 1979. And Camper is very close. Porter gets inside, missed the layup. Thought he got hit. No call. .640 remaining. The winner will take on Auburn or Seattle in the quarterfinals. The miss by Camper, a rebound for the Flames as Harper in the mix.
Yeah, and those are shots that Camper normally makes. He's definitely capable of it.
Porter. Cleveland against Price. Cleveland tries the hook again. This time he left it a little short. And the edge stays at 4. Armo trading. Went up, was fouled. As Smith was on the floor, he got up and prevented a dunk, but he picks up what will be his 4th foul.
Yeah, I'm so glad he was able to alter that. But Smith got buried down there in the paint. Had to get up quickly and try to recover. Grab him for dear life.
I think Josh Smith sensed what was coming had he not blocked that.
It was coming. Yeah. You don't want to get knocked down to the ground and then get dunked on. That's a terrible evening.
First is in for Armo trading. He has 7 points now. Armo trading, he has been a force in this game. When he's on the floor, you know he is there in this contest.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 games, I mean, going up against Fred King, he definitely did a great job of offsetting him and matching his physicality. And today, there's really no Fred Kings out there. So he's having a field day down there.
Liberty up 2. Lawler Event Center starting to make some noise. Their team up once by 11 has seen that lead go away. Cleveland with 5. Cleveland down to 3. Jones tries a three. That's no good. The rebound taken by Camper. Price throws it up at the backboard, and he is fouled. He has a chance to potentially tie this game up as Decker looking at his left hand.
Yeah, that was a smart move for Price. Really, Nevada and Hole just attacking Liberty before they got all 5 men down there and getting to their defensive set.
The two head coaches in this game, Steve Alford and Richie McKay, know each other quite well. When Richie McKay took the job to coach at Liberty, he went from New Mexico to Liberty. Who followed him at New Mexico? Steve Alford.
It's a wholesome story. When the game, before the game started, you could see them just exchanging pleasantries. They definitely have a strong bond.
And Coach Alford has seen his team climb back to a tie. 58 all.
It's getting louder here, Derek.
Indeed. They have pumped up the volume here in Reno. Decker launches. Got it.
That's a dagger right there, sir. That's a stab and twist. That's a shiv.
Brett Decker says silence is golden right now. 3-point lead for the Flames. Inside, Armo trading, flips it up with the left hand, missed it, Cleveland rebound.
And those are those ones you got to have if you're Armo trading. He got the space he needed off of that spin move, but did not capitalize.
Porter. Cleveland trying to set something up for Decker. He tries it again. It's an air ball. Harper hit it off his leg, trying to save it out of bounds. Back to the Wolfpack.
Decker, known for his three-point prowess, just had a small, minute amount of daylight, took full advantage of it.
When you look at the overall three-point shooting for Liberty in this game, it's not great. It was way off in the first half, better in the second half. Price in the paint. Price in between two defenders, and Armo trading forces the foul, and Josh Smith can't believe it. If it's on Smith, that's his fifth, and his night will be done.
Yeah, you can see Josh Smith is livid. And this is
and physical game here, especially in the second half. Elijah Price flexing as his team built an 11-point lead at one point, but Zach Cleveland and the Flames have fought back to establish a lead of 3. Liberty with 4 three-pointers in this second half. The bench points decisively on the side of the Wolfpack. Corey Camper closing in on a triple-double, but Brett Decker, one of the difference makers here in half 2. Armo trading at the line. That is his first. Josh Smith, as we were heading to break, very emotional about fouling out. Mentioned it earlier. There are a lot of players for Liberty. This could be it for them, and he's one of them.
Yeah, that's the implications. I mean, the season is on the line. And these guys, both sides, that are so close-knit, well put together, they like each other on and off the floor. You don't want to see that end.
Armo trading out. This is a senior-heavy Liberty team, as Armo trading with the 10 points. Helps his team close the deficit to 1. Cleveland sets it up for Decker. Decker against Camper. Cleveland inside, and that is going to be a blocking foul against Price and the Wolfpack.
Yeah, I couldn't see it at that moment. Everybody's standing up in here, but You can see the energy in here. Yeah, he was shifting still. He was shifting.
That is foul number 4 on Elijah Price. Cleveland can't get the first. This is not his forte. He does a lot of things well. Free throw shooting has been a struggle this season. Misses both. Weems with a rebound. The Wolfpack can take a lead with a bucket.
And this is why it's so important to have a 6-man. They mean everything, and you can definitely see that impacted Zach Cleveland's shot.
Price going up, and he gets fouled. Cleveland reached in while Harper was playing defense on Price, and Price will go to the free throw line.
What I'll say is that for the most part, I mean, Harper did a solid job, and you can see why he was one of the top defenders in the Conference USA, because the guy can guard multiple positions.
Price ties it up at 61. Both teams over the limit in terms of fouls. Matheny back in.
Like we talked about before, this is going to come down to off-ball defense. Who can play it the best? If you can do that, if you're early and often on the defensive end, then you can get the stops you need.
April 6th. These teams locked up in a great contest tonight. It's a 1-point game in favor of the Wolfpack. Porter feeds Decker. Decker, lefty layup, missed it, tried to tip, couldn't get it.
I'll say Corey Camper Jr. has done a really good job the last 2 or 3 possessions on Decker, where Liberty's offense has been manufactured to get him a touch to see if he can make something happen.
The chance of Wolfpack picking up. Camper, who has 13 rebounds, into White. White, fadeaway J, no good, and a box out and a loose ball foul. This will be on Colin Porter of Liberty. And Richie McKay can't believe that call.
I'll tell you this, I like the feistiness of Porter. You see, Camper knew he had an angle. He has the size advantage, and Porter trying to do everything he can to get that possession. Those are 50-50 balls. That's a tough one. That's a tough one right there.
Indeed. Richie McKay would agree with that assessment. Very upset at that call. And the officiating crew getting together.
Colin Porter working on that position, and then there's just a car wreck down there.
So the officials huddling together to review. Well, they are going to stay with the original call against Colin Porter. It looked like there may have been a grab there by Camper, but it wasn't that easy of a call to make. So going with Porter as the foul is one they'll stick with.
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
Right.
Right? Like, that's the thing. When Camper clamped down, you don't know if Porter clamps up. That's what I'm saying.
Camper extending the lead to 3, 64-61. 2 timeouts left each side. Corey Camper 1 assist away from a triple-double. Porter to the rim, missed it. Cleveland got the rebound somehow. Harper, ball movement to Matheny for 3, no good. The rebound collected by Comer with 2:18 left to go.
That's a clean of a shot that you'll get from Caden Matheny.
The winner will play either Auburn or Seattle in the quarterfinals. For Nevada, if they win this game, there's a chance they could still play here if Seattle ends up winning against Auburn. Comer, step back. Money!
Comer over here tap dancing on us.
Porter can't answer on the other end. Cleveland with the offensive rebound. Harper tries the three. That's no good. Long rebound out to Lowry with 1:33 left. A 9-0 run for the Wolfpack. They are on their feet here in Reno. Comer outside. Camper floats it inside. Price puts it in. And there is the triple-double for Corey Camper. Decker gets the easy layup.
Let me tell you, a double-double is hard enough. But when you can impact the game from so many levels, creating second chance opportunities, creating one-and-dones from rebounding, being able to find the open man on a night-in and night-out basis, and then also score the ball, that is extremely difficult to do. And Corey Camper Jr. just did that. That's a special player right there.
And on the other end, this is a big shot here, John.
Yeah, look at this tap dance. That is moving, grooving, bobbing, and sliding right there. Comer with the calm about him.
The first triple-double for a Nevada player since Johnny High in 1979. And Camper early on, you could see he was around the basketball in the first half. He didn't find his offensive game really until this second half.
Yeah, and honestly, he was honestly being used as a decoy. Somebody that could offset, draw double coverage, and he used that to his advantage there.
And a kick ball there by Porter before the steal. And it will stay with the Wolfpack with 58.6 seconds left to go.
We're going to see Liberty really try to put the pressure, draw fouls, get stop clock, get back and try to get something quick. And here's the thing about Liberty that makes them so deadly. They can shoot the three at an extremely high clip. They're deadly out there. And so because of that, you can never take what they do for granted.
And that's the thing about the rest of this game. They're going to try to extend the game here a little bit with 57.9 left by putting Caleb Lowry at the line, who's a 74% free throw shooter on the year, gets the first. You hit it. They can shoot the three, and in situations like this, especially in this era of college basketball, these deficits by multiple possessions can get erased very quickly.
In March, even quicker. And so that's the thing. And when you see teams that have that sense of urgency, that desperation to keep their season alive, you have to, you absolutely have to be alert at all times defensively.
Cleveland, lefty layup, caught the back of the rim. Price rebound with 45 seconds left to go. And Comer is fouled with 43.8 remaining. What a roller coaster ride this second half has been. It started with Nevada leading by 11 at one point, about 2 minutes into the second half. The big run made by Liberty to go up in the second half. But now this last finishing kick by the Wolfpack has them now up by 9.
What I'll say is this game has gone beyond frenetic. The pace has been outstanding to watch between both of these units.
One more for Comer. Gets a pair. All of a sudden, it's a 10-point game. Porter looking for Matheny, nearly turned over. Now it is turned over. And it looks like Richie McKay is calling them off. What a performance over these last two games by this Wolfpack team, especially tonight. They hit a brick wall in the second half. And they will take the shot clock violation. It will be a possession for Liberty.
What's funny is Camper was trying to give the ball to Comer. Comer didn't want it because he didn't want the turnover.
And now many of the seniors that are a part of this team head off for Liberty for the final time. They had a tremendous regular season, came up short in the postseason. It's Nevada heading to the quarterfinals. The Wolfpack stormed back to defeat Liberty by 10, 73-63. And now the Wolfpack await the winner of Auburn and